Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, September 22nd. The big news around here as far as the weather is concerned is the coolest air mass of the season so far will arrive this weekend. Very pleasantly cool right through the early part of next week and into the middle part of next week. Very strong and sprawling high pressure will move into the northeastern U.S. this weekend, and it will control the weather right into the middle part of next week. We have a couple of warm days to go through today and tomorrow before we get to that cooler air mass, but a cold frontal system slides through by early Saturday. Saturday will turn out cooler, much cooler than Friday, and lowering humidity, and by the time Sunday morning rolls around, it will feel like fall is in the air indeed. Temperatures could drop to the upper 40s in some suburban locations to the north and west of the big cities by Sunday morning and Monday morning. Let's start off with the tropical scene right now. A couple of systems out in the Atlantic. We were a little bit concerned about Carl making it a little closer to the U.S. coastline than it now appears it will. In fact, stay out there safely away from the U.S. East Coast. It does look like it could have an impact on Bermuda this weekend. Here is the location of Carl. It has weakened to a tropical depression, but should start picking up strength again, perhaps going back to hurricane status over the next few days. This is the island of Bermuda right here, and it looks like Carl will continue on a course like this and then start curving away and come very close to Bermuda before then curving back to the north and east. Deep upper level trough to the north will prevent it from reaching anywhere near the U.S. coastline, but it does look like it could have an impact on Bermuda this week. And meanwhile, farther to the east, this is Tropical Storm Lisa, a little stronger than Carl right now, but it too looks like it'll stay out in the open Atlantic and never have a chance to reach the U.S. East Coast. So nothing but good news for the U.S. in terms of the current tropical activity. Still several weeks to go, so we'll continue to monitor the scene in the Atlantic Basin over the next several weeks. Well, let's take a look at some computer forecast maps from last night's 0Z GFS model run for this outbreak of cool air coming into the Mid-Atlantic region for the weekend. Again, the coolest air mass of the season so far. This is the forecast map for this evening, Friday evening, and dry day here. It'll be another warm day. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s this afternoon, somewhat above normal for this time of the year. Over here, you can start to see the tighter isobar pattern here associated with a strong high pressure system dropping into south central Canada. And again, that plays a key role in our weather over the next several days. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. And here's the forecast map for Friday evening, a 48-hour forecast from last night's 0Z model run. High pressure moving towards southeastern Canada, and this is a very strong Canadian high for this time of the year. North to northeast winds here pumping cooler and cooler air into the eastern Great Lakes and New England, and again all of that moves into the Mid-Atlantic region beginning on Saturday, but especially will be felt Saturday night, Sunday morning, and Monday morning. Quite cool compared to what we've experienced, and well below normal for this time of year. And here's a 72-hour forecast for Saturday evening. High pressure just dominating the scene, 1025 millibars, strong Canadian high pressure, cool air driving all the way down the northeast coastline. And again, Sunday morning could see some low temperatures in the upper 40s in some suburbs to the north and west of the big cities along the I-95 corridor. This high stays in control right through the early part of next week and into the middle part of next week. Well, one last sequence of maps I want to show here are the 2 meter temperature anomalies, basically the surface temperature differences compared to normal for the next few days. First of all, this is the forecast map from last night's 0Z GFS model run for this evening, Thursday evening. Very warm, warmer than normal throughout the eastern half of the nation. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. And here's the forecast map for Friday evening. Notice that blues are showing up here across New England and the southeastern Canada. And this is where the cooler air really will come from this weekend for the Mid-Atlantic region. Still warmer than normal on Friday. Again, like today, high temperatures should reach the low and middle 80s Thursday afternoon and then Friday afternoon as well. Let's jump ahead another 24 hours. Here's the 72-hour forecast for Saturday evening. Notice all these blues and purples representing below normal air throughout the northeastern part of the country all the way into the D.C. metro region, Philadelphia, New York City. Saturday will be a day of turning cooler and with lowering humidity. By Saturday night, the full brunt of the cool air will be felt here, especially by Sunday morning. Again, low temperatures Sunday morning and Monday morning could actually drop to the upper 40s. Let's go out another 24 hours. And this is by Sunday evening, still well below normal throughout the New England area and into the Mid-Atlantic region. Some warming air already moving into Ohio Valley, only to be followed by a cooler air mass out in the middle part of the country. But this strong high pressure will stay in control with the coolest air mass of the season so far arriving here in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City this weekend, and it'll stay pleasantly cool right through the early part of next week thanks to that large high pressure system. That's it for now for VencoreWeather.com. Excuse me, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.